Hey guys, welcome back to ZEDTalk. I'm here with Mile End, and we got interview 7 coming out, so we made it through all the days of the week. How are you guys today?
Good. I'm chilling.
Pretty bored. I'm living though, yeah.
Like video games and just
More school.
That's about
School,
it.
yeah.
School.
Oh yeah, I'm actually starting school on the 5th, so
yeah.
I'm ready to resume university.
It's terrible. It's absolutely awful.
The Google degree. The Google degree.
Truly, Google degree. Yeah. I was doing film and media production at Humber before.
Same.
Were you? Really?
Yeah, right now.
You're right now?
He's
Sure?
right now.
Yeah, like
No way!
Yeah.
What year are you in?
First year.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So, if I didn't drop out, lol, I would have been in third year. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
The online sucks, and I'm there because I need to do something. So.
Yeah, I dropped out. Honestly, I dropped out in February 2020, right before the pandemic. I was just like, oh, I'm going to shows, and I love doing less media, so I'm just gonna drop out, even though I'm running this high for a really long time, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
But we've tried to be resourceful, right? True. All right, well, tell me guys how you guys became a band.
Patrick, take it away.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much what happened is I wanted to start a band, and then I met Brandon in high school, and I was like, hey man, you should play bass. Bass is really cool. And he was like, I'll play bass. And then I knew Alex since I was a kid, and I was like, and then Alex just started picking. She just played guitar, and I was like, this is awesome.
No. Here's the thing is, I didn't. Here's the thing. Patrick originally showed me a System of a Down song, and I was like, if this guy can do it, then I can do it. So then I picked up the guitar out of spite. I wanted to be better than Patrick, and then eventually it just became I picked up guitar, and I just you want to play in a band?
Okay.
I was like, sure.
Real quick, is that video that you guys sent in the group chat?
No, it's not that song.
There's
That video was
The
my
video that
music-
started my line.
If you want to put in the video, I'll send it to you just so people know what's up. There's a video from 5 years ago of Patrick playing aerials, and it's in some. It's in some vertical aspect ratio that he's all squished in it.
I love that so much.
It was
Gear dance. It was gear dance.
Yeah.
If you can send it before the end of the call, I'm I'll put my number down in the little chat box. You can text it to me. Oh, that's so good.
Anyways, but I was like, yeah, Alex, let's play this band, and then we just kind of jammed, and we had our other friend playing guitar for a bit, but I don't know, it didn't really line up. And then I met Jake because I took lessons at this place, and I had a friend there named Joe, and Jake worked with Joe. And then I was like, I need a guitarist for this band. And then Joe was like, my friend Jake plays guitar. And I was like, I'm going to meet your friend Jake. And then Jake was into the same music as me. So I was like, perfect. And then he was serious about it too. So I was like, this kind of checked all the boxes. And it's just kind of been that way ever since.
Yeah, my thing, in high school, I was trying to find, I went to Mayfield Secondary School. It was an art school. And there was a lot of artsy kids and stuff, but no one really liked the same kind of heavy music that I wanted to play. And then when this kid at work told me, he was like, oh, this guy likes Pup and Alexis on Fire, and I was like, whoa, get me in this.
That's actually so funny. I wrote on my piece of paper here, it says, quote, choose life, Alexis on Fire influence.
Oh my god, okay. Not like that, okay. I was
like, I'm gonna ask them if Alexis on Fire influenced them. I probably am right.
Yeah, there's this running
Most definitely,
bit that we were just kind of an Alexis on Fire cover band.
Yeah.
Because all our songs just sound we had this song called Railroads that literally was just an Alexis on Fire song.
Yeah. I remember when Patrick first sent me the demo of that song, he was like, no, there was one that sounded exactly like little girls pointing and laughing.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and then there was another one that sounded just like Polaroids of polar bears, and he was like, he was like, can you write something exactly like that? And I was like, okay.
You just like tell me the chord, I'll just change the words.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Pattern. Like,
it's funny you say that. We hear that a lot, and we also get a lot of people saying we sound like the Deftones, which is cool. I'm really cool with that because we all like the Deftones. But it seems, I guess, somewhere between Deftones and Alexisonfire is Mile End.
Okay, so you say like, do you guys have any other bands that influence you?
Yeah. No,
you're like Alice Green. That's about it. You know?
Well, the last song we put out had I think if we hadn't listened to so much Knocked Loose, we wouldn't have put a breakdown in that song. So a lot of bands from like the hardcore kind of work. Definitely.
Go off. What bands? I went through my hardcore pop punk phase. Like she's still kind of here. She still exists a little bit.
Like right, like one that's big for me at least is One Step Closer. I just really love them. Like they're a straight edge band too, and like they're just more of like a melodic hardcore, and I don't know. That's kind of like I hear stuff like that, and I kind of want to, shape Mile End into a direction similar to that,
And I feel like with your band name, it kind of fits. Like it makes sense with the music you play,
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I don't know. But did you guys have like sit down and be like, okay, this is the band name, it's Mile End, or like how did that?
I honestly.
So here's the story.
Ready.
Just because I've been around since the beginning, so I know it all. There's this this weird Canadian band. Me and Alex are really into. They're called Godspeed You Black Emperor, and they're from this place called Mile End, Montreal. And we were like, that's sick. Let's call our band Mile End. And that's how it started. And no one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows. It's like this really weird thing, but like we just thought it sounded cool.
Yeah, every now and then on like Twitter or Instagram, some like store in Mile End, Montreal called like Mile End Meats will like follow us or like they'll like our posts. It's like I think they might think that we're also from Mile End, Montreal. So I'm like, oh, okay.
You guys ever been there?
Yeah.
Patrick has.
It's
grade 8 trip.
Oh my god. Well, I think that like when the pandemic and everything opens, that's the first place you should go. You should like film a music video there or something.
Yeah.
Totally. And I've always thought like since the beginning is like play a show there. It'd be so funny.
That would be funny.
Mm-hmm. Is it a small town?
It's just like a neighborhood of Montreal.
Oh.
But it's cool because that band's from there. When I was there, there's this local record shop and they just had like so many of their records. And I'm like, yo, imagine if there was a Mile End section in this record store in Mile End one day. That'd be cool.
That's so funny. Oh my god. I'm glad that you guys had a story about it. Like some people are just like, oh, I just, thought of the words. Like when I was in grade 7, I had a band. Everybody had a band in grade 7. Yeah. But my band's name was September Riot, which, I need to copyright it for the amount of like times I talk about it because it's a fucking sick name. And I'm born in September and my favorite Paramore album was Riot. So like, bam, bam, bam.
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
That's not even a bad name.
No,
right?
That's pretty cool.
Right? So if anybody would like to start a band with me, I'm looking for applications in this extreme pandemic where we could die. But you need to come over to my house and take public transit to see me.
Well, like, better die with an album under your belt, am I right?
Yeah.
Exactly, man. Like,
nice.
Influences, like, stuff on is we'll go through, as a band, we'll go through, like, phases. Like, Knocked Loose, for example, there was one point where we're all really into Knocked Loose. And so then we'll be like, we need to write a part of this. And we're like, oh, shit, that sounds like Knocked Loose. Or whatever band we're, like, going through a phase with at that time. So I think that's a big thing that happens with us.
And the funny thing about that too is we like so many styles of music that we'll do that, and then we'll have this part and be like, "This sounds like it's straight from a King Cruel song," and we're like, I never thought King Cruel and like hardcore would mix, but apparently they are.
The funniest thing ever is we covered a Mac DeMarco song at our first show.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I'm so disappointed you brought that up.
I was talking about this today. I was like, we covered Mac DeMarco.
What Mac DeMarco song though?
My Kind of Woman.
Yeah, I think about that and I want to erase it.
It's the eternal cringe.
Oh my god, stop that, guys. Listen, so I think it was in like 2017. I grew up in like a town called Liverpool, a very small town in Nova Scotia. And like every year we would have this thing called Privateer Days, and there was the beer tent where they would like play all this old country music. And one year I was just like, I'm not on any committees, I don't know anything, but if I can get Mac DeMarco to play my town's festival, I will, like, everybody will know me forever and I will never die, essentially. So I like emailed Mac DeMarco's booking agent and was like, this like professional email, like, hey, like I'm just booking for this festival kind of thing. And she's like, unfortunately Mac is booked for the summer, but all the best. And I'm like, just the fact that I got a response.
Yeah, that's so pretty crazy though.
Like I was just like, that's all I needed, honestly. I didn't really need him to perform. I just needed to be in contact.
That's a really important thing, especially for like starting out bands. Is like just hit up people and be like, "You want to play?"
Literally.
Even if they say no, like your name's out there.
Yeah.
It's good you brought that up because that's something really important. Is people just need to like put their name out there and like don't be like if someone says no, it's like someone says no. Oh well.
Just expect no and then just continue on your day. Like,
but
doesn't matter,
the thing is, just like we've gotten. Like we've sent out so many emails to bands and stuff, and like there's ways of doing it without being like invasive and annoying, and there's like ways of doing it properly, but we definitely had to learn that the hard way. But like there's a bunch of bands that we had hit up and like they've responded to us and it was always no, but it was like every time it was no, we were so gassed that we were like, no way, they just turned us down. They're like,
they just said no to us.
They just turned us down.
Yeah,
like,
it's.
I love being rejected via email.
I remember I was the most gassed about because we saw like a listing for The Garden playing in Toronto, and I was like, fuck it, like I was like, well, what's like, I didn't see any band like opening for them, so but then they turned us down, and I was hyped.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, there's this band from Chicago me and Alex were really into for a while. They're called Slow Mass, and they're not that big, but they were gonna come, and I emailed them, and I was like, hey man, like, can we open? And they were like, oh, sorry, we already got an opener, but it was like from the lead singer. I was like, the lead singer responded to an email with my band's name in it. Like, I won.
Yeah.
It's like, what else could I ask for?
No, I honestly, like, when I was doing my Creatives in COVID series, which was like a year ago-ish, I like started interviewing like quote unquote bigger like bands that like are more well known in Toronto, and then I interviewed this one indie band that I really like called Boy Scott, and I interviewed this guy named Bristol Maroney, and I really love his music. Never got to publish it though because of copyright issues because he's signed to Warner Music, but because I actually set it up, we have the Zoom call, I have the files on my computer, and I know that we had a conversation, and now he has over like 2 million followers on Spotify. I'm like, I still won, even though I didn't get to post it. And then I got like really like cocky about things, and I started emailing all of these bands. Like, I can't even think, there's so many ones in California. Like, I think I emailed like Waves, like WAVV, Waves. Yeah. Like, and just like, I got no responses, but I was like, I still like put it out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's all it's about.
Yeah. So when you guys are like songwriting, how does that work for you? Does somebody bring something to the table? Do we all do it together? Walk me through that.
It's kind of a hot mess.
It is a hot mess.
Definitely a hot mess. What it is one of us comes up with something, and then I go, hey, let's try to put a polyrhythm over it, and then it doesn't work. And then, but like really how we write songs is like, one person just brings something, and then we'll play it, and then one of us will stop and be like, I have an idea. And then you keep doing that until you have about 4 minutes of material, and you call it a song.
You have 4 minutes of material, and then you're like, none of this works, and none of this is concise. We gotta throw it all out, and we'll figure something else out.
When we, I remember when we wrote Burn the Wise, because that was our fourth song that like we properly wrote. and we wrote it like when we released the demo, that song existed back then, but we just had never recorded it because it was just way too early in the stages. I remember it was around the time we were getting like frustrated with each other because we're like we need to write more songs. Like we only have 3 songs and we're playing shows. And then like there was stuff like we were always like, oh, it takes us like 6 months to write a song. Like how are we gonna write one? We're getting frustrated. And I remember I started playing like one chord, and that entire band practice, I thought I was like, yo, this new chord I learned, it's so cool.
This
and
is
like,
chord.
But no one was listening to me. No one was listening to me. And then like I was like, Patrick, just listen. And then I played it, and Patrick was like, yo, play that again.
Yeah, that's usually what I was saying.
And then
like most of the songwriting it's just super organic. Like I don't know, it just happens how it happens, and then it's done, and we're like, cool. Yeah. I don't know. It's really weird.
Once you record the song and it's over with, you totally forget about the writing process.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember writing any of the songs.
I feel like the way a song
the whole time.
Yeah.
No, but that's. Yeah, I think it is really important to have that like collaborative like experience, and also that like obviously you guys are on that level, you know what I mean, where like egos aren't involved and all that kind of bullshit. Like you're literally just hanging out with the homies, and then you're like, oh, oops, there's a song.
Yeah.
And I love like that feeling of like being like, hey, like here's a little melody or here's a little riff, and they're like, oh, but what about this? And then it just like
grows.
Yeah.
like a tree.
Yeah. I was really just thinking like a tree, but like
There's a billion
I was like, trees are a little long. It's a long process, you know. But
is
like
a
you
long
guys said, every 6 months, so.
Maybe a flower.
like a bush.
Yeah.
Like a bush. Like a bush. I like that one.
Yeah.
Songwriting's like a bush.
Like a bush.
New song, Like a Bush, coming.
I was gonna say burn the bush.
Burn the bush.
Hey, Moses.
But with that song, with Burn the Wise, you guys have like had a pretty good response to it. Like, would you think it's only been like a month since you released it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're kind of surprised by like how well it like was received. I don't know. Like I think we just go in like with low expectations and kind of like, you know, like if people like it, they like it, you know. But and then
coolest thing in the world for me is that people actually take time out of their day to listen to this song, and I'm like, wow, that's like so cool. To me, that's like, I don't know, I've won.
Yeah.
Like I could write a song and people like it. I don't know. It's really cool.
Honestly, yeah, I was like yesterday, I was trying to be like, okay, what am I gonna like talk about, blah 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 blah, and I just listened to your songs for like probably 4 hours and just like sat back on this and I was just like, So I was deciphering some of them, so I have some questions about them.
Oh boy!
If there's any questions about the demo, like yo, rest in peace, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Wait, okay. Well, a question: is 11 on the demo?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Ask it anyway. I
need to know. I need to know. Like, what is the monologue from? Is that like?
So.
Oh
Please
no!
Tell me. I
hate.
Listen, I love it.
So here's the thing.
I love it.
We hated playing that song live. We were always just like, F that song. But everyone really
like playing it live.
Yeah. People liked it. But so what happened pretty much, I was out when we recorded, I was sitting down here and I was like, all right, this is like a weird ambient song. I need to throw something in there. So I just Google like preacher ranting, preacher, like whatever, find a video. I just downloaded it, just stuck it in the GarageBand file. Boom. That's how we did that. I just thought it was cool. I had the idea, wanted to stick it in.
I remember I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we got like an old radio broadcast. And then Patrick hits me with a preacher.
Yo, but you know why it's sick though? Because in that the preacher says "get home," and I think that's like the craziest thing in the world. I'm like, hey, that's one of our.
I honestly I forget like about that entire demo, and especially that preacher part.
Especially 11. God damn.
Still to this day, I like that intro. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I put it on my story yesterday. You guys are but it was just probably because I put 11. You guys were like, fuck that song. Don't post about it. Like,
those songs just embarrass me so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teen
Whatever.
angst.
It's literally all in your head.
Yeah.
It's kind of the edgiest pieces of music we've probably.
It really is.
I kind of like 11 because like I kind of wrote it low key. But...
I also like 11.
But we want to talk about 11.
Alex is like, you can literally say whatever the fuck you want. I wrote a banger. So.
Exactly.
It was like the big thing that like distinguishes that one and like our upcoming EP was like while recording it and like and we were hearing the demos of our new songs, I was like, whoa, I'm actually like excited and proud to release something. Yeah. Like when we recorded the demos, I remember when we got the mix back, I was like, I do not want to listen to this. I was like
I'm
so
about to throw up.
Yeah,
so, exactly.
I remember when we put out the demo, the whole energy was just like, it's fine. Like, just, at least we have something online, you know?
We need something on Spotify if we're going to be a band.
Yeah, it was like that.
And it wasn't even really what we wanted it to sound like. Mm-hmm. Like, and like, a lot of it kind of, I feel like, it's, in a way, it's like a burden because it's like we get roped into a lot of like nothing like wrong with like indie bands or anything, but like we don't want to be like in that scene with indie bands and like softer bands, but with songs like 11 and Get Home, we get wrapped up with that. So it's like
I still would have put you like I was going to make a show, I'd still put you in like a hardcore type of bracket, you know what I mean? Like I know what you mean about the little pockets. It's very different.
Yeah.
About because like it's easy to jump into the indie scene because it's very like in your face, it's there, right? But I haven't like that and that kind of stuff. I've been able to like explore different genres and different artists and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was very sucked into the indie scene for like a minute, and then people started to know who I was, and then I was like, global pandemic style, see ya. Guess I'm just gonna meet everybody on this app called Zoom. One of their shows. I'm disappointed that I never got to see you guys play live, but my friend Andrea, who's like Bush Takes Pics, some amazing pics of you guys.
Yeah, she's super dope.
Yeah.
Cool.
So about the monologue though, I just wanted to say about 11. There's this like TV series on Netflix called I think it's called Waco. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's about Waco, Texas, and did you watch that show?
I like watched it like this time last year. It was like about the cult.
Yeah. So that was
crazy.
what the vibes that 11 gave me. So I thought you guys loved that show. This is the story made up in my head, that you loved that show so much that you took what they said and put it in the song.
No, we were just pretentious teenagers that hated everything.
That's a good story. Now we can use that story.
Well, not much.
I have all the truth recorded now, boys. So I also was creeping your Spotify, and so you guys said that you would email and just be happy, to get a response. But you guys got on the playlist that has 30,000 followers. So hell yeah! How did that happen?
I just keep sending out emails. Honestly, I just send out emails, and if they're if it's pay for it, it's all right, I instantly delete it. But if they're oh, we'll put you on, it's okay, whatever, put us on it. It's just make sure that they don't look cringy or anything.
Yeah.
But also just send out emails, and
getting
it never hurts.
Sending email, yeah, that's true. And this week, my at my school, they were putting for the student body, people that do music, and I sent it in. I was like, hey, I sent in Burn the Wilds. I was like, hey, I know this isn't really the style of music everyone's probably expecting to be on this school page, but I'll just send it out anyway,
Yeah.
Never hurts.
We just send it out anywhere. It's it never hurts, and I've always said, it's this is things you can do while sleeping. So it's you might as well just do it. It's you have Netflix playing, you're always binge watching some show, just on your phone, just have emails sending out,
Yeah, but honestly, I love sending emails. I don't know why, but it's just that one part of me where I'm hello and good evening, everybody. Sincerely, Ashleigh Legge. It's great.
Yeah, it's a way I also procrastinate, because it's such easy work. I feel like I'm not really doing anything, but but at the same time I feel like I'm very productive doing it.
Sorry guys,
So
I'm too busy. I need to send emails.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I guess it's a way of procrastinating, and I'm like, whatever. I'll just.
Have you guys sent any of your music to like radio stations?
I think we were discussing it where we have a few songs on the like upcoming EP that we think would be like that would actually get like have a chance of being on radio. I don't know, just with our style of music, it's like there's a few songs that we would think that would.
Yeah, like there are some more melodic, definitely catchy stuff, and it's like, you know, for the radio that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Edge would pick it up. You guys are like the Edge more than like Q107 in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, there's so many radio stations too. Like especially like I go to school in London, and there's so many radio stations I want to send to. Like my campus has a radio station. I don't know. There's just a lot of radio stations are cool.
Yeah, I was gonna like volunteer with CJRU at one point in my like many interests. Like it was like last year or something. I set up like, oh yeah, I'll do my volunteer blah 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 this day, and then you know I got anxiety and I just didn't do it. But it's a cool idea, you know. I feel like we're kind of moving though, like in the way of like Spotify playlists. Like if you can get on like a Spotify playlist, like you made it.
I think so too. I think that's the direction it's heading.
I can't remember the last time I got into a band because I heard them on the radio.
No, literally.
Like it's not like more like something pops up on my daily mix and I'm like, this is cool.
Literally they're like the radio now, like all I ever hear on it is like Metallica, Weezer, but it's only Beverly Hills. It's only that song. And then it's like you have Pearl Jam with like Alive, and then there's Audio Slave, Offspring, and Soundgarden, and it's Spoon Man. I remember in Writer's Craft, I wrote an entire
also, Jeremy. I hear on the radio.
That one also. It's just the same.
Always on the radio.
It's those are the only songs I ever hear, and then throw in your like odd Canadian bands and like every now and then Billy Talent.
I don't know, like. I don't know where you guys grew up, but I just grew up in a very like small town. So it's like I grew up with like small town radio, and I remember like when like You're Gonna Go Far Kid by The Offspring came on, I was like 8th grade. I was like, my life has changed. Oh my god! I was like walking down the hallways with my like MP3 player because I couldn't afford an iPod, and I'm just like, nobody talk to me. Like, I'm gonna go far, and neither are any of you.
We totally all went through that at one point.
I feel we all grew up in Brampton too, so like we got all the Toronto radio stations, which was nice. It's easy to get exposed to music out in the GTA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I first moved here in 2018, but like I was like, oh, like people are like actually talented here. I'm like, I don't have to like pretend that they're like, you know, not the worst singer. Like I've had a lot of musician friends like ever since I was like young, and I would be like, you're kind of like tone deaf, but like I can't tell you that because like how am I gonna tell you that, you know?
At least you're trying.
And I'm just like, but like I came out here and I was like, holy fuck, imposter syndrome. Okay, just hit me in the face, why don't you? Like that's why it's been like low-key a little bit easier to like. Honestly, I'll tell you my secret. I started going to shows by myself, and then I felt too awkward to go to shows by myself. So I was like, I need a reason to go to shows. And then I started Last Lake Media. And I was just like, and I like sing and I like write poems and like write songs and that kind of stuff. But I'm like, you know what's easier? Loving everybody else. So I'm like, how about I support everybody else? What venues did you guys usually play at?
Alex's basement.
Alex's garage.
Where I'm sitting right now is where we play the show.
Nice.
Library rental spaces.
Those church basements. Those
church
are
basements.
Church basements.
But actual venues, the basement of Houndstooth. But like if we're playing an actual venue in Brampton, it's Spot One.
It's like Spot One.
And like All Stars if you want something really gross. And like Spot One's also really gross, but if you want something really gross, you know.
It's the best we got out here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love them both.
Yeah.
I wish that I knew Brampton a little bit better. Like I only got 5 years, you know. I mean, everybody's like, Ashleigh, you really don't. I'm like,
Yeah.
I could be a little bit more relatable, you know. Like, I actually see the thing is I was born in Brampton, but then I spent 5 years in Georgetown. So like, really, I'm just like a liar. So, yeah.
Yeah. There's not really much to do here, which is I think actually is part of the reason why it's like the music scene here has just been strong. Kind of. It's like there's nothing for anyone to do, so everyone just like makes their own fun, makes their own shows, throws their own stuff, which is like it's really cool and exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, like I was like making a playlist the other day of just like all the Brampton bands, and I was just like I never really thought of it that much, but I was like there's like 10 Brampton bands, and I'm like I don't know, that just seems so absurd. And it's like some of them claim Toronto, which is like okay, whatever, but it's still like you guys are from Brampton, and it's
like you know your roots. So don't lie to us.
yeah, and it's like it's just still crazy that I don't know. A city that people rip on this much, and it's like there's so many dope people coming out of it, you know.
Well, and that's the thing. I think it's like, especially because I grew up in a very small place, and then I was in Halifax, and then I moved to Toronto. So like, my life has just continuously gotten like bigger as like population wise. But I'm like, there's 600,000 or something people in Brampton, so that's still like so many people to me. But I guess it is smaller in the sense of like communities, right? And because we're like in the music community and you go to different venues, you see the same types of people. And I feel like it would be more, in a way, I guess, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like inclusive, you must know everybody like in these bands kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everyone in the bands, like the guys in Long Golf, I've known Cody. Oh, not Cody. I've known Cody since grade 9, but I've known Julian and Marco for 16 years. And then it's like Mateo and Duflame. We've known him for like 5 years. Robert from Dear God, I've known him since grade 9, and like same thing with like Vetus and Cult Classic. It's like
and like a lot of the guys in like GRG Cult and stuff. Like I went to elementary school.
Yeah.
So.
That definitely is one of my favorite things like about this whole experience. It's just like how we're all like a pretty tight-knit group of people that just want to watch each other succeed, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's a really cool thing because I know a lot of people don't, like, they see smaller places as competition, so it's like, oh, like, I need to, like, secure this venue before this band does. But when you actually, like, I think when you're supportive in creative environments, it just makes everything literally so much better because you feed off of other people's energy. You can take inspiration from melodies and songs and that kind of stuff and apply it to your own. And also, like, you guys all grew up in Brampton, and so did these other bands. So like a lot of people naturally write from like personal experience, so you're like, oh, so like that's what you thought about, like, I don't know, this school or like this experience kind of thing.
It's true.
That's okay.
So tell me about your new project and what we can expect from you guys.
Okay. All right, so
all your secrets, tell me everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we started recording it July 2020 with Robert from Dear God in his basement. Yeah, so we've just been good friends with him for a while, and he wanted to help us with this project, so we took him up on the offer, and like we recorded all of our 5 songs on the EP, and he really helped us kind of, like, before we didn't really know what the hell we were doing with recording, but he kind of really helped us, you know, get a grip on what to do when recording and like help guide us in a way, like, because he's been doing it longer than us, so he's been a great support for us to help us you know, move forward with it. And also he mixed and mastered it, and as each song we're releasing, we're trying to put a music video with it just to keep the momentum of the song and of Mile End going until the EP, and also as the EP's out. So yeah, expect a video for Burn the Wise like in the next few months.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. No, I think it's really important to Another thing I've noticed with promotion, that kind of stuff of like songs and like EPs and albums coming out, is that people will release the singles, you know, and then release another single in a few months until like they're ready to like release whatever project they're releasing, and to like add a video to it as well, I think is a very smart business move. So good job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think that that's a really good idea. If you ever need any help with music videos, please let me know. I have
Say no more.
I have one thing that one music video experience of mine, and my one and only, was when I moved here in 2018. Like, I'm like freshly 20 years old, like just moved from like very small places. And anyways, I'm like going to school, you know, doing Humber, but like actually on the campus. And so I started dating my ex-boyfriend, and he was very into like graphic design and stuff. And so I went to this rap music video set of this rap group in Mississauga. So I already know how great that's gonna be. and then my only experience was that like I was supposed to be art director, but like I was the only like girl on the crew, and so every time I suggested something, they would just like ignore me. So I was like sick. And yeah, I had my first shot of Hennessy, and that was about it.
That's the life.
It was like a crazy night.
So I mean, like, I'm like trying to pitch myself. I'm like, that's my experience. Anything else you need, I'll bring Hennessy. I actually had to too. Like, they're like, here, like they gave me $100 bill. They're like, buy another bottle of Hennessy from the LC. And I was like, okay, so that's my job position, right?
That's funny though.
How to start
Professional Hennessy buyer.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
nah, like we want to put up music videos because like we can't play shows, so people are doing live streams, but I'd say like 95% of them, like they sound straight like booty cheeks. it's like they prop it up on like Instagram Live, and then they're playing, and all you hear is the crash from the drums, and then the camera falls down because they put it on top of the bass amp, and the vibrations are going. So it's like, okay, that's
why is that so accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then you do get the ones where they
It's
mic
accurate
up
because we've
everything.
lived it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's been a year of this, right?
Yeah.
And the
So
thing is like I like have the worst attention span, so like yeah, I might look at it for 5 seconds, but if I'm the only one viewing it, I'm gonna get like awkward and I'm gonna cancel out of it.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, and it's like bands of all kinds of size, whether it's small, massive. It's like they all have 7 viewers. It's like, and then like that 7 turns into none, and then you're like, when you go look at it, you're like, oh shit, no one's watching.
It is so picture it as if like you're at a venue, you know what I mean? And like the band's there, and then you're like, it's always the worst when you show up like early, like a little too early before people come, and so you're like standing in the back kind of thing, like staring at people, staring at your phone.
Yeah.
But like now it's just like you and your phone, like, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta cancel that out really quick. You can't just like run out of the venue and have a cigarette, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm excited about your music videos. Do you have any concepts for...
I'll probably die.
Yeah, we're going with a theme to kill Patrick in every video.
I'm Kenny, man. I'm like Kenny from South Park.
You guys should like spend some time watching 1,000 Ways to Die, so you can get some like
Hell yeah.
Classic.
different ways that he's gonna die. I think you should really do that.
Yeah, we got some like a few planned for the next few like videos that we do, and like I don't want to spoil any of them, but like
have a teaser or whatever.
I'll say I've been watching too much of The Sopranos and like Godfather and like Goodfellas, so Patrick might have a wire on him.
Kid. You done film school.
Yeah, that'll be like that's like a later video, but
true.
Yeah.
True.
So
Okay. I see the vision.
yeah.
Can we see that cat, Alex?
Gus!
Gus.
Gus!
Hi, guys.
I miss Gus.
I also miss Gus.
Everybody misses Gus.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were talking, and I was just like staring, because Alex was at the bottom of my screen, and I was just, there's a cat.
Gus is the sweetest cat I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, everybody loves Gus.
I'm so
Kichush.
allergic to cats.
Kichush.
So sad. I didn't be allergic to cats though. When I grew up, I had so many cats. We even had a cat that gave birth in my basement.
Damn.
And now, 22 years old, and if I touch a cat or cuddle it for too long, I will have, like, my eyes will be puffy and red. I won't be able to breathe. I will convince myself I do have COVID. So it's just very unfortunate now.
Yeah.
Eat your greens.
Yeah.
We love basements.
Let's end it with that. Eh? Eat your greens.
Eat your greens.
Yeah.
Smoke your greens.
Exactly.
Rest in green.
Yeah. The EP is coming soon.
Very soon.
Dream, burn the wise, and choose life, and maybe not the demo, but like.
Yeah.
Hey,
if you so desire, I guess.
Okay,
the first 30 seconds of 11 are great.
11.
Yeah.
The song 11 by Mile End right here.
Yeah.
That's the only good song, so.
we might bring them back and redo them all one day, but for now they will be archived.
In the internet land, so.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Good night.
Later.